Hello everyone, it's Renata and it is pouring outside. I'm supposed to be at the downtown market in Wichita today, but lightning and aluminum greenhouses and loading the bus and the rain and flash flooding and soggy roads, I'm not gonna go today. So what I thought I'd do instead is talk to you a little bit about my holiday product release. I have a couple of ornaments here. I wanted to talk to you about the wildflower species that are in some of my ornaments so that you can see them in nature, in the wild, and get a picture of where they came from and what they look like when they're alive and not just dried and preserved in these shimmering ornaments for your holiday decor this year. All of my ornaments and prairie globes are shipping in the US this year. So that means that you can order them to your front doors straight from the Flint Hills Prairie like I am about to show you. So let's take a look. First up we have Solidago missouriensis. I have done this goldenrod species as an ornament every year that I've made ornaments because they're just so pretty and golden and fluffy and beautiful inside an ornament. It is one of the most important natives in our prairie because goldenrod actually helps our pollinators, our honeybees, store up enough pollen for winter. Without goldenrod, our ecosystem would collapse. So, really cool, beautiful, happy yellow wildflower to include in my ornament line. Next up, we have Chaerophyllum Procumbens, which is also known as wild chervil. Chervil you may or may not have heard of before, but it is a wild herb that is in the parsley family, and personally I think the seed heads kind of look like caraway seeds. You can see what I mean. Next is Vernonia Baldwinii. Vernonia Baldwinii is also known as ironweed. I hate it when weed is in the name of wildflowers because it makes them sound undesirable, but really it is one of the most beautiful perennial natives in our area because it's tall. It gets 3 to 4 feet tall, and the flowers are a vibrant, like fuchsia purple color, huge flower heads. I always like to include that one in my roster. Next up is something that you probably know already, is Liatris punctata. Liatris, otherwise known as gayfeather or blazing star, is there's nothing like it. It's got this massive spike flower, purple inflorescence, and they bloom in October time with the goldenrod, so they got that yellow and purple playing against each other. It's a really gorgeous wildflower, one of my favorites. Broomweed, there's that weed again. It's known as Amphiachyris dracunculoides. That is a very long Latin name. This one seems to be more on the invasive side just because it grows in highly disturbed areas of the prairie. So anytime cattle are going to the same spot in the prairie, like around mineral feeders or water tanks or gates, those are areas where broomweed is going to fill in late season, like October time. Artemisia is new this year. Artemisia ludoviciana is also a wild, it's sometimes known as a wild sage. It's a tarragon because tarragon's Latin name is actually, its genus name is Artemisia. I just recently found out that Artemisia is the name of a Renaissance painter, one of the only female painters of the Renaissance, which is really cool. You should Google her. But really, really pretty name for a plant. This plant smells amazing, so I really enjoyed making these ornaments. Let's see, my grasses that I chose this year. I've been incorporating more and more grasses into my ornaments simply because they look really cool. They've got cool silhouettes in the ornaments. So I have 3. I returned Elymus virginicus, which is Virginia Wild Rye. It's also known as foxtail grass. It has a really cool look to it. Sorghastrum nutans, even I have a hard time with Latin names sometimes. Sorghastrum nutans is also known as Indian grass. It's super tall in our tall grass prairies, has really long, sometimes almost 5 to 6 inch inflorescence sizes. So they were really interesting to wrap up into the ornaments. They're very fuzzy. So whereas foxtail grass is almost sharp, in its texture. Indian grass is very soft and feathery. Then the third grass I added was prairie wedge grass, Sphenopholis. Sphenopholis, I can't remember the species name now. It's off of the top of my head. But that one is a really cool one to add in as well. I didn't make as many of those because I didn't collect as much of that grass. So, Amorpha canescens, lead plant. This one is really beautiful. Everyone mixes it up for lavender on the bus because it has that lavender flower spike, kind of a gray purple look to it. It's actually a really valuable forage crop in the prairie for cattle to graze. It's in the bean plant family, the legumes. I always enjoy collecting this one every year. It's really fun to use in designs. So I incorporated that one into ornaments this year as well. Heterotheca is returning, otherwise known as gray golden aster. It really has that silvery foliage that's pretty in ornaments, but it also has a pop of yellow color with its flower. Not too much, just a little bit, just a little hint. So it looks really, really nice. The last kind of group I was going to talk about is my kind of coneflower head type plant. So I've got two types of prairie clover, Dahlia candida and Dahlia purpurea, so purple and white prairie clover. And then the third one is upright coneflower, which is Retibita columnifera. It's really bright yellow, but they all have that coneflower head shape. They're really interesting looking in ornaments, and I haven't ever done them before. So I was really excited. The prairie treated me well this year for foraging, so I have so many species. I think I have at least 16 different wildflower species inside ornaments this year. So definitely hop onto the website, check them out, look at the photos, and yeah, support this prairie girl in my business and enjoy some beautiful ornaments on your Christmas tree. If I had it my way, my tree would only be decorated with wildflowers, because I am and forever will be a flower child. That's what I have for you on this episode of Unearthed Horticulture. I hope that you enjoy my ornaments this year as much as I do. I love it when people love what I create. So